So House Democrats unveiled the message that they plan to hammer throughout the 2022 election cycle. Take a look at this. This is Ali Mutnick who's reporting this. She's a Politico reporter. So she says, new, House Dems unveiled the message they plan to hammer throughout the 2022 cycle. The GOP is the party of QAnon. Quote, they can do QAnon or they can do college-educated voters. They cannot do both, the DCCC chair Sean Patrick Maloney said. Okay, this is a terrible message. It's a terrible message. And look at the quote. I mean, that says everything, right? You could do QAnon or you could do college-educated. How the fuck did you manage to sound incredibly smug and elitist when crafting a message for the next election? How could you possibly do that? We're college-educated, please. They're stupid. They believe in conspiracies. You guys believed in Russiagate. Now, you can make a nuanced argument that maybe that's not as crazy. I'm not going to touch on whether or not that's correct, but you guys did believe in conspiracies. They believe in ones, too, that are insane. Okay. The condescension of a message of like, you're all QAnon. By the way, it's not even true what percentage of elected Republicans actually believe in QAnon stuff. Serious question. There's no way it's more than like 25% of them. No way. They're wrong about all the issues, but they're not. QAnon is extreme shit, man. It's no more than 25% that believe in it. Now, if it is 25%, that's still way too high and unacceptable. But the message isn't even true. Because you look at Marjorie Taylor Greene and you just extrapolate to all the other Republicans. That's just not accurate. That just makes no sense. So, of course, what are the Democrats doing here? They're leaning into cultural issues. And when you lean into cultural issues, there's a cultural backlash. And so the Democrats' approach for 2022 is culture war. Let's do more culture war stuff. College educated versus stupid QAnon, idiots on message boards making shit up. QAnon is dumb. QAnon is wrong. QAnon is insane. Satanic pedophile culture, whatever the fuck. Nonsense. Grow up if you believe in that shit. But that should not be your message for a goddamn election. Ryan Grimm pointed this out. You couldn't tie the Republican Party, like Republican politicians, to the Republican president. You think you're going to be able to tie them all to Marjorie Taylor Greene? You're not going to be able to do that. But the most important point is, it's a way to pivot off of the substantive issues. It's a way to pivot off of the substantive issues. Listen, they won Georgia. Probably the most important reason, one of the top reasons, was $2,000 checks. They won Georgia. It's a red state. 2 Democrats won. And Joe Biden won it in the election, which was before the $2,000 check talk, to be fair. But, like, the reason why the senators won is because of the $2,000 checks. That's one of the main reasons. You know, you can just deliver on those checks and then brag about that and say, we'll deliver even more if you elect us. Simple, right? That's easy to do. Hey, we're going to get COVID under control, and here's $2,000 checks. That's it. People would vote for you in a landslide. People forget, like, everybody thinks, oh, the time we live in now is so partisan, so we're just destined to always have like a 55-45 election from now until the end of time. Nonsense! Because we haven't experienced a president that unequivocally fights for the American people, arguably since FDR, so that's why you have close elections, and that's why it's hyper-partisan. If you have somebody who actually fights for the people, you could easily see an election where the winner gets 60%, 65% of the vote. But you have to materially fight for people. If you don't materially fight for them, you always do half measures on the half measures, and then you turn around and run on cultural shit like QAnon, yeah, then it's going to be a race. But, if you say, we're going to get you the $2,000 checks, we're going to get you more relief as needed, and we're going to control COVID, well, then you will win in a landslide. It's like, it's amazing that it doesn't even occur to them, hey, maybe we materially help people and support people and do policies that are popular, and then run on that. It doesn't even occur to them. What cultural bullshit should we pick up? Last time it was, we're not Trump. Now it's, they're all Marjorie Taylor Greene and QAnon is bad. The whole thing of like, they're stupid. That's all fine and dandy when you're like a teenager who's getting high on your own farts and developing your worldview and you want to be smug and condescending and arrogant. But when you're an adult and you're talking about the serious issue of governance, for fuck's sake, be serious. Bring up policy. fix people's lives, help fix people's lives. But no. Smug condescension. Literally, quote, they can do QAnon or they can do college-educated voters. We love the smell of our own gas. Oh my God. Grow up. Grow the fuck up. It's just like, of course they were going to pick a terrible argument, and here we are.